This is the alcohol ink palette. It's a very thin palette that has 36 different wells. You can use those wells to put different alcohol ink colors to use for different techniques. My favorite way to use them is with reinkers, distress reinkers to be exact. I like to use them as a paint palette. I keep all of the colors in there and I have a little label with the color on it to the bottom right of each color so I know what it looks like. You could also use it as a palette for Perfect Pearls as well as mica sprays. Alcohol inks and Perfect Pearls will dry in the palette so you can store it however you want. Distress inks, however, will not dry, so you need to store those horizontally. If you tried to put it vertically, they would all bleed out and you create a big mess. By creating a palette like this with the distress reinkers, I can just keep reusing them over and over again, as opposed to putting them on a piece of plastic or a lid and basically wasting some of the ink each and every time. I use this often and I find it really handy to have all of them in one spot and not having to go dig through my bottles of reinkers to pick out which colors I want to use each and every time. This palette is such a useful tool. As you could see, I found it so useful. I've got quite a few of them. I love how narrow they are and how little space they take up. They come in quite handy.